Well, how was like the preparation going into it? Like,
there was no rehearsal at the venue.
Does Raph talk like that in real life?
And it's like, run my verse back. You know?
So what's your perspective on not the beef itself, but what's your perspective on?
Welcome to another episode of Nihon Rush Hour, a very special episode with a special guest.
Yes, sir.
So today we're going to be doing our first ever interview featuring our good friend Crafty Kid. Let's get into it. Give us an introduction, who is Crafty Kid?
All right, so what's good, guys? I go by Crafty Kid. I'm a rapper mainly, but I do other stuff too, like songwriting, producing. I also interview for the Neat Tokyo YouTube channel. That's the one with the green background.
Yeah.
And I'm based in Tokyo. I've been in Japan for like 9 years now. So yeah, man, and just out here repping London.
What originally brought you from London to Japan? Like
originally I was doing illustrations, manga, all of that stuff. So that's actually how the name Crafty Kid came about, because it's like art and crafts. So my cousin, who was a rapper, he's still a rapper, but he's the one that gave me the name Crafty Kid. Them 16 years ago or whatever. And and I stuck with it. So he gave me that name because I was always drawing. So it's like Crafty Kid. Like a lot of people think it's like crafty, like all sneaky, But no, it's like from arts and crafts. So yeah, that's what originally brought me out here, was like to do manga and that. But it's a hard market to break into. And to be honest, with the work-life balance, is better to do it as a hobby anyway.
Because you were doing music in the UK before you came to Japan, right?
I mean, in the basement.
Yeah. So how, in what ways do you think that move to Japan really impacted your sound?
It's so different, and I think for artists in general, you kind of have to leave where you're from to, grow out of the fishbowl, and then because as they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. I can't find a nicer way to put it, but basically other cultures are gonna appreciate you maybe more than your own culture would, and then when you rise up in that foreign space, then your own culture will look at you like, hey, he's one of us, he's one of ours. So you kind of have to go out and be an ambassador for your city, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. And that kind of leads me into something that I wanted to talk about too, which is you were a guest on the Pop Years stage, right? This year. So it's cool to me that the biggest stage that you've been on is not in your own country, right? It's in a completely different country, different language.
Yeah, so many times. Even being interviewed and stuff like that, it's Japan that's really given me that chance. In London, if you don't have a manager, at least you don't have to have a label, but if you don't have a manager, it's really hard to get into those platforms. But in Japan, if you're good, they'll take you. If you show up on time, if you're polite, if you can do the job, then they'll take you. And of course, speak the language. That's another thing that I think has helped me a lot, is I put the hours in for studying the language,
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I was going to ask you. Being, coming to Japan and having to adjust to a different industry, how did you sort of start implementing Japanese into your music? Was it something that you were always conscious of from the start, or was it something that you realized you had to do?
That's actually fairly recent. I've only started doing that in the past 2 years. And because before, I didn't really have a Japanese market, so to say. So there was the Nakamura remix in, I think, 2021, maybe, that dropped. And it's I'm featured on a big song, but I'm at the tail end, and people are coming to the song for SEEDA and Ralph. And then 2023, I think it was, I'm featured on another big song. That's Sakuraba remix, Jinmenusagi, Tade, Bonbero, and myself.
Yeah.
So by the second time, people have kind of gotten used to seeing the name Crafty Kid a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and then, you know, people are starting to come up to me a little bit, not really in public, but like at shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh damn, like they're listening, and you know, and then people are pulling me aside like, hey, like it would be cool if you added some Japanese into your raps, you know, we want to understand who you are, what you're saying, kind of thing. Like that's happened to me a couple times. So you know, I always take in feedback. I'm not too proud to be like, oh no, I know what I'm doing. Like I'm always trying to grow. So that's where that came from.
Yeah, I was gonna actually ask you, going back to Pop Yours, being like sort of one of the biggest stages you've been on, like were you nervous? Like, you know, how was like the preparation going into it? Like was it, you know, did you guys do like rehearsals, all that kind of stuff? Or did you just like wing it, you know, just hop on stage and just rocked it?
That's so interesting. So there was no rehearsal at the venue, actually. So they just trusted everyone to just, you
That's
know,
crazy.
when the doors open, the first act goes on. I was like, oh, because I got there super early. Like they said, come 3 hours before the time. And so I figured there was going to be rehearsal. But we're just sitting in the dressing room like, the fuck? But luckily, like the four of us, we've performed this song so many times over the past 2 years, you know, like on Jinmenusagi's tours, on Bonbero's tours, on Tade's tours. So it's like in the back of our head, you know.
Yeah, bro, that's amazing. Like that I just found that out, because sound check is like one of the most, you know, people really want that sound check. So
right. Maybe there was too many artists to do it, or I don't know how festivals do that, because that was my first festival.
I know like a lot of our viewers attend Pop Yours, right? And I feel like you have a perspective that like very few people can have, and they can really hear it from your side. So like run us through like what that day like looked like for you.
Yeah, so I get there, like, was it 9 a.m.? It was super early, but luckily we performed at like 11 a.m. I want to say. But get there 9 a.m. Makuhari Messe. Let me charge my phone. Makuhari Messe in Chiba. And it's a massive stadium. I guess it holds 9,000 people. And what happened? And so, bro, the place is so big, I couldn't find the entrance. There's like so many different entrances for the, you know, fans. But for the artists, it's like there's only one entrance. And I'm like, yo, where is it? And I'm talking to all the staff. They're like, oh yeah, go down this way, turn right. And I go down this way, turn right. It's like, oh no, go back that way, turn left. I'm like, but luckily I got there so early. Anyway, long story short, I get in. There's like all the dressing rooms kind of like lined up next to each other. So there's SEEDA's dressing room, then there's Jinmenusagi's dressing room, and then next door to that is Charlu.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's super dope. And so it's just this long string of all these dressing rooms, and you know, I'm passing by all these legends in the corridor. It's kind of like a strange feeling, but
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I put the hours in to get there. So
facts, bro. Like your performance was dope as hell, bro. Like
thank you.
It was fire. I was getting hyped just watching that.
No, 100%. And something
thank you guys
like
for tuning in on that day, by the way.
For you, like when you walked out on stage, like what were you thinking? How were you feeling? And how'd you feel
like,
after?
It's I mean, I'm sure you've heard this from many other artists, but like for me, the bigger the stage, the less nervous I am, because I can't really see the faces. Like people are drinking, it's dark,
yeah,
you know?
That's true.
And they're just happy to be there. But like for the small, intimate crowds, that's when I get nervous, because it's usually my friends in the front row, and then we're like usually on the same, you know, there's no elevated platform kind of thing. They can hear every word. So if you mess up a lyric, it's like they can hear it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just excited. I was just excited. I felt like finally, and then also like all the tours that we've been doing over the past 2 years, it felt like it was building me up for this as well.
Yeah, that's sick.
Because we did a lot of shows at WWW in Shibuya, which is a big stage. At that time, that was the biggest stage I had done. And then Pop Yours. So
is there any like crazy stories? Do you have any crazy like on the road stories?
I probably do. I need to go through the backlog.
Yeah, if it's what do you call it, like what do you call it, PG?
Well, all the crazy stuff I've seen is like in the studio, but
all right. Well, hit us. Okay, can you give us one?
But like, I don't do any stuff, but I've seen stuff in the studio. Some like snow.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
They're out here, white glove with the brick like I was Luigi. Somebody's out there.
I don't play in the snow though, but I've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably the craziest.
That's some of the stuff. Okay, damn. Okay.
And it's like, run my verse back. Like, sit down, bro.
Yo, that's funny as hell. I noticed something about you, man. Like, you've built a lot of good, like, I guess collaborative relationships with a lot of people, like Ghost Pops, Away Games 1 and 2. I know you just released an EP with Kawamura, Samon Kawamura.
Yeah. We must laugh at some point.
We must laugh at some point, bro. That's amazing, bro. It's on some lo-fi, like, some rap songs type of stuff. And then, Jinmenusagi, like, so I'm wondering, like, how did some of these relationships come about? And, like, how'd you build this so much good chemistry, Even with SEEDA, I know you work with SEEDA too.
Yeah, shout out to SEEDA.
Yeah, tell us about some of those relationships.
So, like before, like it all comes back to Ghost Pops because that was kind of my introduction into the Japanese drill market, because Nakamura was like the cosign basically. So, and I think, I could be wrong, but I think that was my first public drill song as well. I think not the first one I wrote, but I think it was the first one that released Nakamura remix. So imagine the first drill song that you release, and it's got like two of the biggest Japanese artist names on it. That's like, the rest are gonna come. So we did that, and then I was working on Away Games 1, and then Away Games 1 had no features though, but was working on Away Games 2 shortly after that. And so SEEDA jumped on Away Games 2, like on the intro. Yeah. And then Jinmenusagi saw that, and then he jumped on, and then Tade and Bonbero saw that, and then they jumped on. So it's like a snowball effect.
Yeah, that's
and then like I think a lot of artists get into this problem of when they get like a massive feature, they think all their features from now on have to be of that same caliber. And I think that really stops your growth. So like, facts. I was just going up and down the ladder, like I think that's better. Like when you think of Lil Wayne, like of course he's got all these A-listers collabs, but he also works with up and comers and stuff like that too. Same with the Gucci Manes and all that. So yeah, that was my that's how those relationships came about. And because I've known these guys so many years, and we've done so many songs together, like I feel like I can call them friends. Yeah,
bro, that's dope. And I like what you said there about being able to like work with people that are not necessarily in the same tier as you, or even lower, because at the end of the day, that's how you're gonna spread to a wider audience anyways. And
they came down for me,
Exactly. And I was gonna ask you actually about the Nakamura remix, because I ask this all the time. Yo, does Raph talk like that in real life?
He has a very deep voice.
Crazy, man. Yeah, because when I first heard that track, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's one of my favorite drill tracks of all time, man. Your verse, when you talk about like the re-rock and all that kind of stuff, bro, I'm telling you, bro, that shit hit me, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask you, like, what's the inspiration behind We Must Laugh at Some Point? Like, how did that come about? Like, what was the vibe? Like, what were you going for?
Yeah.
So shout out to someone called Muro and the label Melting Pot Music. So they're working on the distribution for this tape. And so whenever so basically I tend to have like a certain style with different producers. So for me and Ghost Pops, it's like the drill shit. For me and I mean, I guess there's a lot of other producers. Like me and Monsieur Giovanni is like a boom bap kind of thing. And then me and Samon is more like the Earl Sweatshirt mic kind of, like lo-fi raps vibe. And so this tape it's more like a purge of feelings.
Yeah.
You know, it's like better out than in. So it's basically a tape that documents like a relationship and also just, I don't know, for lack of a better term, growing pains. And, you know, feeling like it's better to laugh through pain than, you know, break down. It's like, what don't kill you makes you stronger. Yeah,
because I remember like I had messaged you when I heard, I think it was maybe after like 14 Karat Smile or Burden, but I was like, you got me, like, these songs got me in my summer feels, is what I had said. And like that was something, like just listening to like the whole like all the tracks from start to finish, you're writing about like how you feel and emotions, and just like all the songs are emotional, like, but you do it in a way that feels like relatable, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't like over the top dramatized. It felt like something that was like relatable to me. So that's why I really like the tape.
I'm happy, man. That's what I do it for. It's like, you know, because when I listen to music, like I don't know who you guys listen to, but like lately I listen to a lot of like RX Poppy, like G Herbo, Kodak Black, Meeks, you know, like artists that it's like, it's gully, but it's also emotional at the same time. And it's like, bro, like I really relate to a lot of the stuff they're saying. Like I don't relate to the gang stuff, but I relate to the other stuff they're talking about. And it's like, if I relate to that, I'm sure someone else is gonna relate to that. And so like music has always been, it was always kind of the plan B. So, you know, I never felt any pressure to make it overly, what's the word?
Yeah, I see.
Not fake, but like safe. I never felt like I had to make safe music, because it was always like supposed to be like therapeutic and fun. Yeah. And if those two things aren't there, then it's like, well, what am I doing? Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what that was about.
Going back to what you just said about wanting music to be kind of just fun and not, you know, overthink a lot of stuff. I feel like I had that same vibe with the Clips album. They just said whatever they felt like saying. You know, and I think that realism is necessary, bro, with a lot of music, you know. So I want to ask you, you know, one of the biggest things on our channel so far has been, you know, the Nene. You know, the beef and stuff like that. So, because I had we had Kosuke here, and he was talking about how, you know, in Japan, hip hop beef is not necessarily like looked at the same way we look at it in North America. You know, like they try to avoid it. They try to like. So what's your perspective on not the beef itself, but what's your perspective on the climate there? And do you see hip hop beefs becoming more common in the Japanese scene?
Yes, and bro, like, it was so exciting because this never happens. Like it's the Bad Hop versus Namedaruma. And like that's about it, I think. Damn. I think that's, and then there was one from like I I don't know, like a decade ago, like SEEDA versus Teriyaki Boys or something.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't happen. Like if you have a problem with someone, it's probably a personal one out here.
Yeah.
Or it's more like on a business tip and you handle it off the side, but like to put it on
a record. Yeah.
Oh man. I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh. And like I didn't even know who the other artists were in this one. Like I only knew Nene. And then I learned about, what is it, Hannah or something?
Chanmina. Yeah, but Hannah was part of that. Yeah.
I learned about them from this.
Yeah, that's one of the sort of discussions we're having with our community, because we're like, we didn't know about, like, you know, that beef was not something that's even common there, really. So it was kind of like one of those things where it was like, yo, it could be a good thing, because like that girl Nina that came out of this, like she like released her own tracks too. Like she got so much exposure from, you know,
millions of views,
and
mood.
Yeah, mood, boy, yeah. the thing is, it's like, but I also understand the dangers of it, right? Because what's happening with the Kendrick Drake beef
now? It's not
now?
be more common.
Exactly, because the thing about Kendrick and Drake now, it's like it's kind of messed up the climate a bit, because it was such a great beef, but then there's so much like, what's the word, fallout from it. You know, it's taken a long time for people to kind of like reset.
Yeah,
but
there was a lot of personals. Like, are you guys into battle rap? Like Smack, URL, and all that.
Yeah, like not crazy, but yeah, for sure. I like, we enjoy battle raps.
Yeah.
So in battle rap, if the two rappers know each other, like personally, then there's a lot of like, maybe you know it, they call them personals. So that's the bars that they understand, but the fans don't understand, and it's kind of boring for the fans a little bit because they're not in on the jokes or whatever. So I think with the Drake and Kendrick, there was too many personals. Like most of it was personals. Yeah. Like Meet the Grahams, Euphoria. The other stuff was cool.
Yeah.
But like I think it just needs more balance, maybe. You know.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. I feel like a healthy dose of a little bit of Wagyu in Japanese hip hop would be cool, because I would like to see
that the best. Cool. You should coin that.
Yeah, boy, that's my phrase online right now.
Don't. Japanese beef has got to be called Wagyu.
What I was gonna say was, I would like to see, you know, some of the best skilled rappers, not like actually beef, but you know, competitively rap against each other. That'd be dope to see, you know, in Jap.
You know why it probably doesn't exist out here? Because they have Rap Star, which is like a competition already. It's not against each other, but more like, you know, like America's Got Talent or X Factor kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, I see. I just remember
that's why it doesn't exist
on wax.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a good observation. I just thought of it.
I just thought of that just now.
You've worked with like a lot of people, right? Jinmenusagi, Ghost Pops, SEEDA, I mean Bonbero, Tade. Like who's an artist that you sort of haven't worked with yet that you kind of would be kind of like your dream collab, or you know, just somebody that you would like to get on the track with? Because I mean, at this point, you know, you've kind of, I wouldn't say done it all, but you've done like a lot, you know. So
yeah,
you kind of stamped.
As far as Japan, I really want to work with like Jin Dog, MFS, Charlu. I actually want to do more features with female rappers, because like my female listenership has been at like 14% for the past 5 years or something, and it's like I hate just looking at that number. And then over the past year, it's gone up by like 2%. So I'm like, progress, you know. And so yeah, I wanna make more songs that girls can dance to, vibe to. So that's why last year and early this year I was doing a lot of like drum and bass, garage. You know what's kind of funny, like with this new EP that we must laugh at some point, like this is more of like a winter vibe, but it came in summer. And then the drum and bass garage stuff was more summer vibes, but it came in winter. And it's like, that's not how it was supposed to happen. It was just, this stuff was ready when this stuff wasn't ready, and I needed stuff out.
Yeah, bro. I mean, that's always part of the, I guess, creative process. But it's kind of cool though, because it'll contrast, you know, everybody else's thing that's coming out at the same time.
That was the only thing I had to go off.
Yeah.
It's like it's different.
Like it worked because he felt like it was summer. It got him in the summer.
Bro, put me in the summer feels, bro. I needed that. I needed that.
You know.
I'm glad, man.
What can we look forward to from Crafty Kid for the remainder of 2025 and early 2026?
Man, that depends on the engineers. Like I have an EP with like me rapping Japanese, and it's got a lot of big Japanese features. Produced by Deadstock and Taxon.
Damn.
So please mix it, guys. So yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be this year or next year. So basically, a lot of the people on that tape have been on Rapstar, and we started making the tape before they were on Rapstar. So everyone had more open schedules, and then after, it's like harder to finish the stuff, So we'll just see how that goes, but. Other than that, just more singles, getting back into doing videos again,
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm proud of you guys, man. Like, I've been seeing the growth. Like, it's
bro. Respect, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, bro, for doing our first one, bro. And you know,
are you leaving your house right now?
No, not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna FaceTime you.
Yeah, because the thing's gonna cut off in a minute.
But yeah, if you want us to react to your music, you'll find an email down below in the bio. Send that over. Message us on Instagram, X, TikTok. You'll find us there. Send us that message. We will respond to you. Until next time, Nihon Rush Hour. We're out.
Peace.